Hello, everyone. I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are going to do the Libra Weekly Tarotscope. Keep in mind these are general readings, so look, there you go. There's the Two of Cups. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements because sometimes those will resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. All right, Libras. The Clouds card just came out, which represents kind of feeling really uncertain. We are stepping into Mercury retrograde on the 27th, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the 27th. But it is in Libra, and you feel that shadow phase of it about a week or two before. So you're going to feel this retrograde pretty intensely. What it's bringing up is any kind of relationship issues, any imbalances in relationships. It obviously brings in a lot of, difficulties in communication, miscommunication. So just be a little more patient with yourself. Notice any issues that are coming up in your relationships right now because they are centered around the imbalance in relationships, the imbalance of that give and take. Make sure you're really taking some time to yourself. Make sure you're, taking time to really kind of analyze the communication that you're having so you don't risk any miscommunications. And just keep in mind that you are going to feel this a little bit more intensely than most people. Fun, right? All right, Libras. What is the strongest message that is wanting to come through for you this week? I think these are the exact last two cards that came up in the Aries reading I just did yesterday. So if you have Aries in your chart or you're connected to an Aries, you might want to check that out. You might also want to keep in mind that Aries is your complete opposite in astrology, and so there always will be that connection to the sign of Aries. So you might just want to check that reading out anyway. It's almost the same type of energy too. It's seeing a new truth that puts you on a new path. It's seeing a new truth, specifically within the divine masculine energy, and that does not mean a man. It means the divine masculine energy is that energy of action. It's that energy of, more practical things, more physical things. And this is that complete opposite energy of kind of, the absolute truth. It's more of a spiritual energy. It's more of that divine feminine energy. I kind of feel for some of you, this key card does represent that energy of pure and true love, but if you notice, it's kind of locked up in a cage. There's been something that has been kept from you, or you've been closed off to that emotional connection. You've been closed off to love. You feel like love has been kind of out of reach. I feel like you took some sort of action to maybe protect your heart, or somebody that you were connected to is very protective of their emotion. This is kind of a cleansing period that you're stepping into this week. This is a period where in some sense, having kind of that communication a little bit blocked off, or having these difficulties that are going to be coming up, is going to help you see a different truth and help put you on a new path. I feel overall, though, there's somebody there's a connection that you've had that maybe has been more physical, that maybe has been more focused on practical things, and you have felt very closed off to that emotional connection, and you might be taking steps this week to move towards something that's going to be more emotionally connected. Let me get a little bit more on this. I feel like somebody wants to tell you a truth, or you're telling somebody a truth, and that's going to put you in a new direction. It's going to put you on a higher path that is more meant for you. Give me a little bit more. It's some kind of message about a relationship. It's some kind of message of love, of unconditional love. Give me a little bit more. What is the message in this? Clarify each of these, please. Yeah, something has been blocked from you. It's like you've been fighting the same battle. You've been stuck in the same kind of energy, in this energy of being uncertain about where you stand with another person, about your feelings for another person, about their feelings for you. I feel like it might be that you've been connected to somebody that hasn't really been open and honest about their feelings. They've been maybe blocking the connection. It's like you've been trying the same thing, but the things that you and this person have both been doing or both been trying have been more physical energy, in the sense of, blocking those emotions off, focusing on the practicality of everything and not really embracing that emotional connection. And I feel like you've been really blocked from that in some way. And so the Princess of Swords and the Lilies card, this is opening yourself up to a new truth. This is opening yourself up to new communication. I feel like you're getting some kind of new insight or new information that's going to put you more towards the truth, and lead you more where you're deciding to kind of get out of this stuck energy, and start manifesting something bigger for yourself. It's also a message if you've been working towards something for a long time and you feel that you keep hitting the same battles over and over and over again. This is a message to go more spiritual. This is a message to let go of this same fighting that you've been doing. The same, yes. It's kind of like, when you're wanting to manifest something, we focus on it. We focus on it daily. We're thinking about it daily. We're questioning, why are we not manifesting this? Why is this not coming together? And you keep trying the same thing over and over and over again, and it's not working, because when you're wanting to manifest something, it gets to that point where you're supposed to just surrender and allow it to come to you. It's about surrendering. It's about praying. It's about asking your guides, what path to take forward. When you're stepping into something new or wanting to manifest something new, this is something new you've never experienced. And so trying to have it all planned out, trying to have it all figured out, trying to have all the answers, it's not going to put you in that energy to step into that, because you're stepping into something completely new. And so this is about kind of letting go of the same things that you've been doing that have not been bringing in any results, and surrender and let go and trust in the process moving forward. I know that's easier said than done. But with with the lilies card, this is you seeing a new truth that is going to bring healing, that is going to kind of bring a sense of enlightenment. Right now, you're in this very strong divine masculine energy, no matter what you resonate with yourself. This is being very grounded. This is being very stable. This is really ready to take action, ready to get things grounded, very guarded, very protected. And what you're moving towards is kind of this purity. You're moving towards a more open to your emotions, open to that more spiritual energy. Again, it's very similar to the Aries reading, and so you might want to check that out, especially if the title resonates with you. Do we want this? No, we want this. Okay. All right, Libra. I also want to say, for some of you, you might, if you're familiar with your birth chart, if you have access to your birth chart, you might want to look at what your North Node placement is. Your North Node is what your path forward is, what your life path is. And your South Node will represent your past life karma and the things that will hold you back in this life. For some of you, I feel like you might want to check that out and see what that placement is and look further into that. Because I kind of feel for some of you, you might have either that North Node in Libra or North Node in Aries. And so that might be something for you to check out. If you don't have your birth chart, I think it's Cafe Astrology will do a free birth chart for you, and that will tell you what your North Node placement is. And whatever your North Node is, your South Node will be the sign that is the complete opposite, which will be 6 placements behind or 6 placements above. So if your North Node is Libra, your South Node will be Aries. If your North Node is Scorpio, your South Node will be Taurus, and it goes down like that. But that's something really, if you're interested, that's something really interesting to look into, especially your South Node, because it'll kind of highlight where you get stuck in your life, where you get stuck in old patterns, and knowing your North Node placement will help you get out of those old patterns and put you on a more expansive path. All right, Libra, what is your energy coming into the week? You have the Hermit card and the 7 of Wands. Definitely feeling very alone or fighting to keep to yourself, or you're in a connection and you're both very separated from each other emotionally. Yeah, the Queen of Wands. And that's standing in your power. That's knowing what you want. That's feeling very confident. Oh, I love this. Okay. I notice this. I notice this in myself, and I notice this in a lot of people. When we tend to, especially feminine energies, we tend to go in this very, very back and forth energy within ourselves. We tend to let ourselves be really vulnerable at times, let ourselves be open to our emotions, show that vulnerable side to people. But when anybody kind of gives you a reason to kind of not trust that, then you tell yourself, oh, I have got to stand in my power. I've got to stand in my power. So we stand in our power, right? But we tend to, when we're standing in our power, we tend to step more into that masculine energy, but but not a genuine masculine energy, how we perceive the masculine energy is. And that's in that space of being really guarded and putting our walls up and not letting anybody in. I'm going to stand in my power. I'm going to stand my ground. The Magician is about really standing in your power, really working towards manifesting, but really diving into that physicality of it. And so a lot of times, without realizing, when we do that, we're blocking off our heart chakra. We're putting a wall around our heart chakra. And so we manifest through our heart chakra. And so we need to have that opening to allow that to come in. So I feel like you have really been working very hard towards something. You've really been putting in a lot of effort towards what you're wanting to manifest. I do feel for a lot of you, this is in regards to a relationship. Either you have a connection to somebody already and you are really just trying to stand in your power in this connection. And that's a beautiful thing. But the Six of Pentacles is about finding that balance, about being able to find that balance where you're open to receiving, where you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable, but at the same time, you're standing in your power and you're not letting that energy being taken advantage of. You can stand in your power and give love and give vulnerability at the same time. And the way that you do that is you stand in your truth. You don't give to anybody if you don't feel good within yourself, and you don't give with that expectation of giving anything in return. You just stand in that place where you know you're worthy of receiving love. You know where you need to give your energy to and where you don't need to give your energy to. But at the same time, when you're disconnecting your energy from somebody else, you're not doing it in a negative way, in a punishing way. It's a very difficult thing to find that balance. It really is, especially when we've been hurt, especially when when we've been through any kind of difficulty. And so the Six of Pentacles is kind of that reminder to find that balance. The Three of Cups is telling you that you have that support. You have those supportive friends. You have those supportive connections. You have the support of your guides. And so this is about leaning on those connections that are supportive, leaning on your guides, leaning on that more spiritual side. And the Lover's card is in front of you. This is stepping into a connection with more depth, a lover's connection, not just the Two of Cups connection. This is a lover's connection. This is where there's that passion. This is where there's that respect, that inspiration, that connection that brings you to that higher level. I really love this energy. And even if this is not about a relationship, this is about you standing in your power, knowing what you want, knowing what you want to manifest. And it's saying that you're in the energy to manifest it. The Six of Pentacles is just about keeping that balance of your divine feminine energy and your divine masculine energy, of your physical energy and your spiritual side, of your grounded energy and your emotional energy. Again, I know it's easier said than done. But it's like when you're standing in this power, it's not in an aggressive way. It's not in an egotistical way. You're still able to stand in your power, but it's in a more quiet confidence type of way. When you're showing that emotional side to yourself, it's not that emotional in the sense of clinging to emotions, needing to have that emotional support. It's having that emotional support system and that emotional love within yourself. And when you have that balance, it brings that balance to your relationships. It brings the connections to you that are going to keep in balance with you. Oh, and you have the Six of Cups. You have 3 sixes here. 666 is actually not a bad number at all. Sixes are the numbers of unconditional love, and 666 and 6666 represents twin flame connections. So, just in case you were wondering, which is maybe why it has become a negative number, because People tend to think relationships are evil. So you're definitely wanting to step into this energy of love, this energy of joy, this energy of peace, this energy of happiness. Well, that's odd. Your hopes are the Six of Cups, but your fears show up as the Two of Cups. Why would you fear? Why do you fear that? It's like a fear of being, yeah, it's like a fear of being vulnerable to that. It's like you want this, but you fear it at the same time. Fear maybe is not the greatest word for this. It's that I feel like you more don't trust it. You don't want to let yourself be vulnerable to that, because when you have been vulnerable to that before, I feel like there's been that flighty energy. I feel like you've dealt with somebody who's been kind of in and out in the past. It might be a connection that you're already in. That you worry that this connection is always going to be in the same energy, or the energy that it was in the past. And there's your outcome, the King of Cups. That's stepping into that emotional world. I like that. Oh, and there's the Queen of Cups in the fourth. This is, the Aries energy was very, very heavy. It was a much more heavier energy than this. It was about losing, not losing hope. But this card was in the exact same placement in the Aries reading too. So again, I feel like it's kind of important for you to check that out if you feel like it. You have the King and Queen of Cups here. This is a very spiritual couple. This is a very emotional couple. This is divine counterparts. This is a couple who has that deep love for each other. This is the energy that you're moving towards. You're moving towards a connection that is more spiritual, in the sense that there's more trust, there's more openness in those emotions, there's more openness in being vulnerable, and also in the same sense, it is a spiritual connection where there is that unspoken bond, there is that unspoken trust. You both help each other elevate to another level. Right now, you're in this Four of Pentacles energy. Four of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and the Devil card, and the Eight of Swords. Shit. You're very closed off. You're very closed off because you've been in so much pain for so long, to the point that you're holding on to so much pain that you're over analyzing, you're overthinking, you're trying to overplan, you're not wanting to open up your heart right now because you don't want to get stuck in that same situation. This might be what you're dealing with the person that you're connected to too. You might be looking at this person and feeling like, well, they're completely closed off, they're completely in their ego, but to some degree you're closing off that energy in response, and that's just not, it's not gonna bring that connection forward. Now, opening up and full on nurturing a connection where somebody is closed off in this sense, that's not going to benefit either. It has to be opening up and giving that love to yourself first, and loving yourself, and then and finding that balance within your own divine masculine and feminine energy, that you manifest that connection that you want. I feel like if you have a connection to this person already, I feel like you are going to, even if there's a separation between you two, I feel like you're going to notice more of this spiritual bond, this almost like sensing each other's feelings, sensing each other's thoughts, having that knowing with each other, even when nothing is being communicated. The High Priestess is reminding you to step into that spiritual energy. Step into your higher power, step into your inner knowing. Do some meditation this week. Trust in yourself. Let me get a little bit more. Things are starting to move forward really fast. You're being pushed down a new path, and the path that you're being pushed down is this lover's energy. And it might not seem that this relationship is moving forward, but you are meant to spiritually and emotionally move forward with that energy, whether this connection is together in the physical or not. Does that make sense? I'm sure it does not. Tell me what the Eight of Wands is. The Chariot, yeah. If, and the two, okay. If you are in a connection already, or even if you're wanting to manifest this type of connection, when you get in that space of waiting for things to move forward, or for waiting for that person to move forward, or waiting for that person to reach out, or whatever that is, the energy of waiting is keeping things stuck. You have to continue on your path. And this, especially if this is in regards to a twin flame connection, your path is to step into your true authentic self. You are meant to keep moving forward. You might not know what that path is without this person, and that's why it might be important to look at your North Node. But that's when you kind of surrender and let go and tap into that high, like surrender and go, okay, I'm going to trust my path forward, because you're getting that guidance. You're getting that higher guidance on the path that you're meant to be. So continue to move forward on your path, on your spiritual path. Step into your spirituality. Step into your emotions, whatever that means for you. And that's when the connection comes together, because right now you're keeping yourself in this energy of being stuck. You're continuing to go, where is this connection? Where is this person? When is this person going to open up? And energetically, that is keeping everything stuck. And I'm not saying that it's your fault, but I'm saying that maybe the reason that it's stuck is there's a path that you're meant to be on right now. There's a different path that you're meant to be on, and you're meant to step into that path first, and then that relationship will come. Give me one more on this King of Cups. The Empress card. Oh, I like that. And the Six of Swords. This is emotional healing. Oh yeah, this is emotional healing. It's and within this connection, if you're in a connection, if there is distance between you, if there's not a lot of communication between you, if things seem to be at a stalemate, there is a lot of emotional healing going on right now. So even in this lull in this relationship, the Empress and the Ten of Cups, this is that absolute unconditional love and unconditional trust. This connection you are manifesting. It might not be physically in front of you. You might not have that validation for it, but you're in this space of you're healing and balancing your divine feminine and masculine energy. You're stepping in more into your spirituality, and the connection will follow, and that person will follow. Oh. This is also divine counterparts, the Magician and the High Priestess. This is the physical manifestation, and this is the spiritual manifestation. When you tap into the spiritual manifestation, then you know what to do in the physical manifestation. This is divine counterparts. When you're standing in this High Priestess energy, your divine counterpart steps into this Magician energy. And so this is definitely validation that you are either manifesting this twin flame connection in the next few weeks, in the next month, you already have this connection, and that's that validation, but there's a spiritual purpose. There's that need to really get into that energy of trusting in the divine. Ooh, I love this energy. Oh, and there's the Queen of Cups again. You're the one that holds the space for this love. You're the one that holds space for this love. You're the one that manifests this in your emotional world. I hope that makes sense. So let's get some final messages for you. There's really nothing to do other than to really tap into your own emotional world, your own spirituality, whether that be meditating, whether that be praying, whether that be, even taking time to do heart chakra work. There are even meditations on YouTube that help you balance your divine masculine and feminine energy. This is about journaling. This is about writing down your thoughts, but it's about getting more in touch with that divine feminine energy. You're getting the guidance that you need. You're getting the messages that you need. Pay really close attention to your dreams this week. I feel like there's a lot of messages in that. And whatever outside of this relationship, whatever it is you're wanting to manifest on your own personal path, start working towards that, because that's going to give you that fulfillment, that emotional fulfillment within yourself. And the more you're in that energy, the more you manifest that relationship. Again, if you're feeling just kind of lost overall outside of this relationship, really take some time to look into your birth chart and look into your North Node. And for those of you who need help with that, you can 100% message me, and I'll give you that information on how to find that, on how to work with that. You can look in the description box and reach out to me through Facebook or Instagram, and I'll help you out where to find your North Node. All right, what's your overall guidance? Oh, I love this. Yeah. The Bright Mother is definitely about stepping into your divine feminine energy. This is about kind of taking that time to nurture yourself. You might feel like you're turning your back on this connection that you're wanting to manifest, but you're 100% not doing that. By taking that time to nurture yourself, you're manifesting that connection forward. Sorry. You are the leader in some sense. Your energy is lifting other people. Your energy moving forward is going to inspire other people to move forward. It's going to inspire this connection to move forward. This is also a message to really connect with, really embrace the connections right now with the people that support you. Really embrace your soul connections. Embrace those spiritual connections with other people, the people that are going to uplift you. You've acknowledged your power. You've stepped into your power. You're in that energy of manifesting, but now you have to let go of the things that are not cohesive to what you want to manifest. And that means let go of waiting for this connection to manifest before you move forward, if that's what you're doing. It's also about letting go, surrendering, and trusting and continuing on your path, and just trusting that what is meant for you is coming towards you. All right? I love you guys. Bye-bye.